The October Revolution is paved with good initiatives, including cleaning, sorting, recycling. And La Bonne Humeur welcomes the actor of this beautiful initiative, Muwatin Lebnene. Yep, right here in our studio, Samer Makarem. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Very, very good to have you here in our studio. It's actually a pleasure because of this good mood Daura. That's the way I call it. Samer, your Instagram is filled with numbers and people helping with the recycling movement, etc. Did you think it would be that big?
No, not at all. I mean, when we first started out, it was just a bunch of us who felt that we had this responsibility to go down to protest, but at the same time to make sure that, you know, all the images of the squares was one that was extremely kind of on point, that we're being clean, we are raising this awareness, and it grew in 10 days from having 10 people go down with their initiatives by going through our closets and finding what we have at home, to growing to the size that it was, where we had around, 3,000, 4,000 volunteers.
Now, let's talk about numbers, because it's true, your Instagram pages, Muwatin Lebnene, is full of it. There's like so many, I'm just going to say a few. 10.3 tons of sorted trash.
Yeah.
90% of trucks sent to landfill. 5,000 volunteers came together.
Yeah.
1.5 million cigarette butts turned into paddle boards.
Yeah.
I really like that one. How did you organize all that?
Again, it was, apart from the morning cleanups, the team who kind of came up with it. None of us are actually experts in this domain. We're just meeting late nights every night to think, okay, what happened last night? How can we make tomorrow a bit better? And yeah, it was just kind of learning from the ground, seeing where we could have improved and building on it forward and forward. So the idea of the cigarette butts actually came from our partner Recycle Lebanon. So they have been doing this initiative of picking up cigarette butts and turning them into paddle boards to do their sea cleanups. Thinking about how can we, given that we have so many people with us, how can we also use this collective action to do other things? And it was having the clothes drive. We had that tent stand up. A lot of people came instantly asking for clothes. So it was really beautiful to see that, again, that direct impact, the fact that it's not just talk, it's not just nice statements, but it's actual action done by the citizens for the country, and not anything else. We don't have to wait for laws or things to kind of become policy for us to decide that we can clean our own house and our neighborhood and our city.
Muwatin Lebnene now is an initiative, is a movement. It's something which is definitely, integrated here in Lebanon. Did any leader approach you, or anybody who had a vision of trying to put a real infrastructure that costs probably millions, to recycle all this waste? Did someone come to see you?
I mean, no, at the time being, it was just, again, a civic movement, a grassroots movement of, we were going down to the streets, we wanted to clean them before going back and protesting. But like I said, we worked with several experts, Ziad Abishek, one of them, Recycle Lebanon, and Jolson being another one of them.
So you're still waiting for brains to eventually push that to
absolutely. We have experts who can work in that domain. But again, if a couple of thousand volunteers can make this difference in Beirut and in Jaladib, then imagine what entire country and a policy can do.
So we are definitely calling, the guys who really want to make a change. Let's start here. A video has been circulating a lot, kind of a viral one, the one where you see cleaning the faces of Saint George Cathedral and the El Amin Mosque.
Yeah.
An extremely symbolic gesture, of course. And what message did you want to convey through this initiative?
Yeah. I mean, essentially, it was a message of respect more than anything like that. As we know, this movement had a lot of different ways of expression, a lot of different ways of expressing our anger, and that is something that we respect and we cherish. It's just that the symbol of the mosque and the symbol of the church are places of worship, and we didn't want anyone who was from the movement, who was going down the street, to feel that they were offended or that their rights of worship was being taken from them. So this is why we decided that just on the faces of the church and on the faces of the mosque, to remove any sort of graffiti, again, as a symbol of respect. It was called Operation Respect for that reason.
Bravo. Now, what about after this Thawra period that's happening. When we're still on it completely. But do you see this initiative growing? Do you see it transforming? Do you see it as like becoming something sustainable, or what? Is it just going to be another one-time project that's going to be forgotten afterwards?
No, I know. I think that there's something that's constantly being said on the Thawra, is that the Thawra doesn't die. And right now, it's not just about the time period we're in, but it's about a psychological and a mental awakening about things that we've kind of slept on.
We want the change.
We want the
it
change.
Is. Let's change it.
So again, there's so many people doing amazing work. Green Tent Lebanon are still doing cleanups every day. Recycle Lebanon are still doing cleanups every day. The purpose of Muwatin Lebnene, again, is it started with the cleanups, but the idea of it is any single time we are needed as citizens to run our civic duties, we'll be there. There was a reforestation effort. So in downtown Regenerate Lebanon, we're planting plants in front of some of the buildings. So again, it's just doing small actions that have a ripple effect and would lead to a big change.
So actually right now, and because of the past events, so many people are losing their jobs, and they're finding themselves on the street. For you, it's completely the opposite. You need people to help you out, and you need people to come and to try to transform this project into something bigger.
There's a quote that I remember from one of our volunteers. She said that I've never thought I'll be so happy going through trash every single morning. And that is exactly it. People were coming in. They were there for 2 hours a day. Then they were going back to either protest or go back to work or whatever they had to do for the rest of the day. And again, I mean that is the main exercise, and that's the main awakening that we're after, to just have that consciousness that you are powerful and you can be the change that you want to see.
And it looks like it's working. It was like a few days ago in the morning, I was asking the people what were they doing during this, Thawra, you can't go down all the time or do whatever you want to do. So what were you doing? And I actually got a bunch of pictures of people cleaning up, and they were happy to share that with me. And this was something completely strange to me, to be actually proud to clean the garbage in Lebanon and to say this is what I was doing, and I'm very happy of doing it.
Exactly.
So this is definitely
that's the biggest achievement.
Change.
Absolutely.
In conclusion, what would be the first step as a Lebanese individual to start a recycling routine? What would you say to all the people who are new to that?
I mean, the first thing is to put up a recycling bin in your offices or in your homes, something that separates your plastic and from your tins to your cardboard to your paper and your organic waste. Start having that change that you need to start separating it. Get in contact with amazing organizations like Al-Ciel or Recycle Lebanon, who will be able to come and take your recyclables and put them.
It does exist.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can share that with you after. I don't have the numbers on me right now, but it does exist, where they come and they take your recyclables for you. And like I said, it just starts with your direct environment. If you're seeing anyone who's throwing a plastic, within the rest of their garbage, stop them. Tell them that, hey, look, this is how we're gonna go through our recyclables right now. And modern solutions for modern problems.